Today, more potential warning signs for Republicans in the midterms. A new poll from the Cook Political Report finds that Democrats are currently leading battleground districts by 6 points on a generic congressional ballot. And, quote, if that advantage were to hold come November, any district Trump carried by 10 points or less could be in significant danger of flipping into Democratic hands. Joining me now to discuss, former Democratic Senator Doug Jones, who's currently running for governor of Alabama, and Reed Galen, who worked on a number of GOP campaigns. He is now president of JoinTheUnion.us and host of the Homefront podcast. Doug, this survey was done earlier this month in 36 seats that are most likely going to decide control of the House. We know polls are just snapshots of a certain point in time. We know how wrong they often are. But that being said, what did you take away from these findings?
Well, I think it's getting worse for Republicans right now. They seem to be on a downhill slide, and that was a month ago. I would imagine that right now it's even worse with everything going on. I think Democrats are seeing the benefit of independents moving their way. What I call, and I probably Reed does as well, the double haters, those that do not like either Republicans or Democrats, seem to be moving toward the Democratic Party and the Democratic candidates. I think that this can change on a dime in today's world. But right now, you got to figure that the Republicans are really scrambling to try to figure out how to maintain control, not just of the House, but of the Senate as well.
Okay, double haters are one thing, but Reed, the polls also show that Republicans are rapidly losing support among independents. And in general, voters are not buying this blame Biden argument when it comes to the economy. So where does this leave the GOP? Does the party have anything to run on?
Well, I mean, they've always had trouble with Donald Trump being in office, but not on the ballot. We saw this in 2018, which is he is an albatross around their numbers. Of course, his support is through the toilet right now. So he's in the low 30s, which means really the only people who are going to say yes, that they support him in a survey are those people who are the last of the last bastions of the MAGA, the Mandarins. And so what you have is not just the double haters, as the senator mentioned, but also what you have are independents, as you noted, but also Republicans who maybe they are the folks who didn't like Trump at first, but they're Republicans, they got in line. 10 years on, they're a little sick of it. But I would also not ignore a lot of his dyed-in-the-wool voters, or those who have been, the guys who, are now paying $5 a gallon for diesel, right? Farmers and ranchers who are trying to figure out how to do all these things. When the costs go up, the price per pound is going down, but there's nothing they can do about it. And then you talk about small businesses, $180 billion in tariffs. So this is just one bad policy thing after another out of the Republicans. Very difficult to run on, I think, between now and November.
Okay, but Democrats are not sitting pretty. And I'm going to ask both of you this question, but I like Doug more, so he gets more time. He gets to go second, okay? Because there's key context here in it. I want to have the quote right, where it says, voters don't like Democrats either. Democrats in Congress are actually more underwater than their Republican counterparts, and 1 in 5 Democrats think their own party is out of touch. Democrats are once again counting on the anti-Trump intensity to power their ballot box success, which means they may have already hit their ceiling of support. What do you think this means going forward, Reed? I mean, and here's the thing. If Democrats if they know they're out of touch, here's the thing. Get in touch, boys and girls. It's in your hands.
Well, look, I mean, I think that getting in touch is difficult for them and going to be very difficult for them in the next 6 months. What I have observed, Stephanie.
But why? Tell me why.
Because they are very comfortable playing what I would call the James Carville play possum strategy, which is Republicans are going to be so unpopular that we don't really have to say much or believe in much. And so what we're going to do is first do no harm. And that, frankly, in my time fighting alongside Democrats is usually, no offense to the senator, their preferred choice, because they don't want to do anything that might actually upset someone or, frankly, enthuse someone. So will they take the House? I think there's a good chance. Could they take 30 seats? They probably could. But my guess is that would have to be something that involved a lot of enthusiasm, a lot of out-of-the-box thinking, and a lot of folks who, frankly, aren't running the show right now.